Hello to my Scorpios. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Scorpios. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on in your card. Let's see what's going on. Let's go. All right. A new partnership, job / love is near for someone. So congratulations to you there. We're going to get into your reading. Let's get right into it. Let's get into your reading. So we have a full moon in Sagittarius coming up, so someone should be still purging. I believe the moon is still in your sign. So on the 11th, is it on the 11th? But anyway, we have a full moon coming up. Full moon coming up. So we're in the full moon phase. We're in the full moon phase, and everyone's video is up on the Patreon side if you're over on that side. But this is for the people who are not over there. So here we have 943 new timeline. Re-energize yourself. As you find yourself at the end of one timeline, another one has already begun. It's time to re-energize yourself and create new goals and dreams and to manifest within this new timeline. If possible, move your body now towards a space that is closer to nature, even if it's just closer to an open window. Feel the fresh air ground you, clearing new pathways for intentions to flow. So 943. So somebody is creating something new now that something has ended, getting more structured, containing your emotions, getting away from energies who have contaminated your emotions with their impulsive behavior, and whatever they're saying to you. So you're learning how to contain your emotions and detaching from those energies. So like I said, new partnerships, job, love is near for someone, which is good. So let's get into your reading. So with this, lots of questions coming through. I'm asking spirit on your behalf and get the answers through the cards around revelation and release and some other parts of your life. So what truth is being illuminated for Scorpio right now? What truth is being illuminated for Scorpio right now? What truth is being illuminated, source, for Scorpio right now? All right. There could be two energies in your life that think everything is fun and games. Everything is fun and games when it comes to romance, when it comes to creativity, when it comes to children, when it comes to projects, when it comes to expression, hobbies, what makes them feel good. Everything is fun and games, right? And so some kind of a new partnership is coming through, and somebody, and just determined to bring the worst out of energies, right? Just determined. They think it's all fun and games, right? But that's not something that you want to link up with. That's not something you want to link up with. So you're breaking chains with that. So what you and somebody have in common is being around energy who try to bring the worst out of you, try to bring the worst out of energies, and assassinating people's character. And it comes out during the full moon. It's like they don't know where to put that energy, and so they don't know how to keep the energy high vibrational. So you don't want to link up with those types of energies. So yeah, you're creating some kind of a new timeline, and it's a new partnership, job / love. And here we have the Three of Wands here. So you're taking a leap of faith and you're moving on from something because you're doing your shadow work. You're focusing on you. When your shadow work, you're taking a leap of faith, and here we have the King of Cups here. Something has brought you to a whole new level of emotional maturity and, those kind of things. And so for you, you're not letting any energies get you out of who you are, especially when energies are trying so hard to kind of pressure you into that. So that's the truth that's being illuminated for you right now. And so Spirit, what outdated beliefs or illusions is Scorpio being called to release? Being called to release. So let me see. Somebody could have had a that looks can be deceiving. That looks can be deceiving. That's what it is. That looks can be deceiving. I'm looking at this right here. That looks can be deceiving. Right? Some people carry a lot on their back, like in the physical realm as well as in the spiritual realm. So looks can be deceiving, right? So some people carry a lot of wealth of spiritual knowledge, a wealth of spiritual knowledge, with them. So looks can be really deceiving. Somebody, just because somebody's meek doesn't mean that they're weak in that area. And some people see them as competition. They peep that immediately. That's why they go right into talking about people behind their back. So what, how can you free yourselves, Scorpios? I'm asking source for this, but how can Scorpios free themselves from limitations that hold them back, source? And this again is just making sure your cup is full, making sure your cup, your spiritual cup is full, like so that you're overflowing, that people are getting the overflow, and you're being very selective about who you're giving overflow to. If somebody was just determined to bring a dark side out of, two energies, and somebody was carrying around a lot of secret wisdom with them that they were carrying through their spiritual knowledge. They were carrying a lot of secret wisdom with them, and then something comes out in the physical realm. Somebody took a leap of faith and said, "Okay, let's put this physical something out." And where people were talking about people behind their back, like in terms of like their intellect and their creativity, that they were just kind of a copy, copying energy or copycat, whatever, I don't know, type of energy. So source is saying it's time to get something structured. I get structure in place in terms of something. Here we also have the Seven of Pentacles here. Seven of Pentacles is like something runs real deep, like in terms of just like the seeds that are planted, in your spirit. And so something is now coming up through the soil, right? And so you have a lot of deep knowledge about just structure and, being an authoritative, like as a leader. You have a lot of knowledge about being a leader and just being very structured. Let's see. In terms of higher purpose and wisdom, what is Scorpio's soul guiding Scorpio to do, to explore, to study next? Let's see. Okay. Maybe your own sleep patterns. Maybe that's something. Somebody is like now going in. Somebody is like, not being such a night owl, maybe. Maybe that's like, maybe somebody's learning how to kind of sleep better, like getting some rest, like really, regulating that sleep. I'm hearing sleep study. Maybe somebody going to get a sleep study in the hospital to find out, like regulating somebody's sleep patterns. Something's going on with somebody's sleep. But something is like somebody, like, I feel like burns a candle at like both ends or something. But a lot of that has to do with, like I said, mastering like your emotions. Like, okay, what do you do in your creative time during the day? Like, what are you doing? Like, how are you mastering that? Some people, they use that creativity to create something that's been growing and growing and growing inside of them. Like, maybe creating time to study, maybe time to, getting their rest so they can be fully alert and aware. So when it's time to get off the fence to do something, they just, they're determined to inspire and motivate, to balance things out. They may have that spirit. So in case some energies, instead of them being in this fire mad energy, when people have lowered their finances, their money, when people have worked really hard to lower their money, theirs and somebody else's money, when karmic relationship, like they're entitled to lower somebody's money just to increase their self-worth and their money. Somebody goes into the space where something has been growing inside of them that they've been carrying on their back, like some kind of feelings or emotions about something as it relates to the whole world. And they just say, okay, I'm gonna take a leap of faith and I'm gonna make sure I present it to the whole world. I'm gonna just put something out during the day, and continue working on something. So that's why I always say with this card right here, Seven of Swords, people that are talking about people behind their back, it's not always character assassination. Sometimes it's just, again, yeah, everything that comes through the air, you can't believe everything that's going through the air. Can't believe everything that's just going through the air. So I'm seeing financial independence. Somebody is inspired by financial independence. That's what I'm seeing here now. your inspiration has changed from like being around energies who talk about people behind their back, or even believing certain people are talking about people behind their back, or being shady, or trying to bring out the worst in people, to now you're inspired by people who are, financial, who are making their financial independence. So when you hear somebody say, oh, they talking about somebody behind their back, they talking about this and that, or they sleeping with somebody, or whatever nonsense people talking about. Source is saying your whole mindset is really about structuring your water. You're putting an end to something. You're getting structured. That's what you're talking about. Structure. Like, okay, let's get something structured. Let's get something together. Like, let's put some dot to some stuff. Let's put some plans, some Roman numeral 1, A, B, and C, like the titles and subtitles. Let's put something together. Let's like make some stuff make sense, that it's going to go around the world and inspire the world. So that's what somebody is now, like, that's who people want to link up with. Somebody is tired of being linking up with people who are that's all they got is talking about people behind their back. Like, so let's see what else we got going on here. So what else? What other? Let me see what else. Source. So in this moon in Sagittarius coming up, this full moon in Sagittarius, say, how can you align more fully with your life's mission or dharma? Your life's mission or dharma. Like, why are you here? What is the purpose? Some people, they so fired up about their purpose. They're so excited to have a job for God, like the creator. They could care less about what people are saying. For real, that's not even inspiring to them. Like, that may have hurt somebody in their teenage years, but some people are so fired up for source. Some whoever talking about people behind their back, as far as they're concerned, they know how to save themselves. This is Knight of Cups. They're not waiting for somebody to save them. They're not waiting for somebody to save them. They out. They save themselves. They're not waiting for a love letter, a note, grapes, flowers. They're not waiting. They go buy it for themselves. They create something for themselves for financial independence. They balance it out themselves, because that's the creator inside of them speaking to them. Hey, you got greatness in you too, just like other people. They took a leap of faith. You can take a leap of faith too. Just get your rest so you can be clear headed. Go get some fresh air. Some kind of a new partnership, job, love is near. So yeah. So that's what Source is calling you to, is getting some rest, like not being a night owl so much. Here we have 8 of Cups here. So somebody's walking away in disillusionment. Somebody's like, you know what? In hindsight, if somebody has seen something, somebody could have been in it's a very poisonous environment. Somebody could have been in a very very poisonous environment. Like I say, water, your emotions, intuition, all that stuff is shaped and guided by the earth, the people, the geographical location. Sometimes the job that you're on, because water is reflective, the people that you're around, family members, all of that shapes and guides it. Source is saying, somebody had to be somewhere near calmer waters where somebody could think. That's what Source is saying to you. You had to be around some energies where you could get some things structured. You had to get some rest, get away from some energies where you can just, like I said, create. This is number 9. This is create. This right here, somebody had to create. Here we go, number 9. And thank you all, by the way. My other books will be on Amazon very soon for the other zodiac signs. So thank you all for all the love. So, and I think they are it's kind of like if you have an electronic device like a Kindle or something like that. I want to say that they're free. So like just like mine. Here we go, Hangman. Here's a Hangman here. So a lot of sacrifices have been made for people to carry a lot of wisdom, like I want to say like shamanic wisdom. Like somebody's been carrying wisdom of like the 4 corners of the earth from grandparents, great grandparents, great great grandparents. Like their ancestors have been just passing down knowledge and wisdom. It's like I said in certain other readings, it's like kids being around, like being raised around or raised by or being around their grandparents, and you're just soaking up the wisdom. They're hearing all the stories, and they're carrying all of this around, you know, carrying all of this. So it's like they just boiling over in a good way with all of this, right? They got all of this, like, okay, where are they going to express all of this? They got all of this wisdom, and they just ready to take a leap of faith, you know, and so they just have to be in the right environment for something. And so somebody is saying, here we had death cards, so something has come to an end. Somebody is having a tower moment, meaning it's like a soft tower moment. Y'all know what I'm saying? It is some kind of an awakening of how people are like determined to see the worst in people instead of bringing out the best in people, right? Like determined to disrupt people's rest. Like people just determined. And then when people find out, oh, okay, I didn't know somebody had all of that inside of them. I didn't know somebody had all of that going on inside of them. Then somebody goes, oh, I was just playing. I was just, it's all fun and games until people realize something is, when you working directly for, you got a job that you were called to do from source, and source is the one that qualified you. You don't have time to be concerned about what somebody's saying about you behind your back. You're like, whatever. Four swords, you got rest to get. You don't have time for all of that. So anyway, I see you initiating getting some rest. Like I said, from some dark magician energy. That's what I'm seeing for you. You're like, oh, you don't have time. Anyway, so higher purpose and wisdom. This is what you're focusing on, your higher purpose and your wisdom. So what is your soul guiding source? What is Scorpio's soul guiding them to explore and study next? Hold on, what we got out here? Because you got a lot of major things going on in your life. 1, 2, 3, let me count. 1, 2, 3. Let me get another deck. Okay. Let's if somebody is having a soft tower, a silent tower moment. It's like somebody is like really going within and just going, okay, wow, wait a minute now, hold on. Okay, yeah, you're shining a light on something like secretly within you. It's like a secret within you. It's like something you is about your success, like your purpose. This is you're focusing on your purpose. Like what is my purpose? You're making something now all about you. Like somebody may have said to you in the past, Scorpio, oh, you make everything about you. Everything is about you. Almost like your confidence was arrogance, right? But it wasn't. It was somebody competing for your purpose. Like your purpose, Source created you in Source's image and likeness. And Source created you for a very specific purpose, not them for your purpose, but for you for yours. And so somebody saw that you were really good at whatever it is that you do, and they decided to compete with you for that. That's like saying somebody they were born to um, do something, like, and somebody competing, and they just keep falling short, and everything is working against them. Like everything, everybody goes out of it. A lot of people go out of their way to find the worst, to try to distract them. All they have to do is stay focused. All they have to do is stay focused. So Source is saying to you, you can already make everything about you. And that's your confidence. And people are going to say that you're being arrogant. It's not you being arrogant. It's your confidence and Source, the creator inside of you, because that's what Source created you to be great. You carry a lot of wisdom from your ancestors in you and also on your back. It's like they gave you that because they put that on your back because, and I'm talking about somebody has a lot of psychic gifts. They put that on your back because they knew you had a strong back to carry it. So when I talk about like people may have like you may carry a weight or whatever in your back, that's not necessarily in a physical. So it could be for somebody in a physical sense, or somebody may have like a like carry weight in their stomach area. When people want to be kind of superficial and say stuff about people's weight and stuff, they don't do any kind of weight shaming and all that mess, crazy stuff. Not on this channel. We're talking about your spiritual gifts. Somebody is heavy, somebody a heavyweight. Y'all know what I'm saying? When you talking about boxing, we talk like spiritual. Somebody is a spiritual heavyweight. It's like real recognized real. And you know what I'm saying? Some real recognized real. That's what that is. Somebody's a spiritual heavyweight in that arena. This is not a competition. And so source is saying when you know you're a spiritual heavyweight and somebody else is a spiritual heavyweight, it's not a competition. You're trying to grow, you're inspired to grow together. Somebody recognize when people are afraid of their gifts and people who are not afraid of them gifts. People who are afraid of their gifts, all they do, idle time is the devil's workshop. That's all they do is sit around and talk about people behind their back. They never come off the corner. That mentality. They always on the corner. They just on the corner. They out there to the crack of dawn at night, standing on the corner, talking about people behind their back. While people getting rest, gaining some clarity, getting downloads, waking up, ta-da. Next thing you know, a product or something came out. Source is saying to you, you're about to make something all about you, and I'm telling you, I'm loving it. New partnership and job. I'm trying to tell you, look, and guess what? You got an ancestor right behind you. You got an ancestor. They're not playing. Somebody's ancestor is right behind. They like, look, I got your back. Your ancestor is right behind you. Your ancestors are right behind you. Yeah, here's the King of Swords here. Yeah, your ancestors are right behind you. They're saying because somebody is saying I can't even get it out. Talking about being on a throne when it comes to like all areas of your life here. Here we have this. Mm-hmm. You can either choose to be around, looking like this, you can either choose to be around people who like to talk about people behind their back, right? Or look down on people. This right here, this card right here, like look down on people. And we're not talking about skin color. I mean, you can make it about skin color if you want to. That's not what I'm talking about in the reading. I'm talking about people who like basically like treat people like they less than. They don't have enough education. They're not this and they're not that, whatever. But source is saying to you, you have like a lot of ancestors around you that's basically like trying to help you get some rest. Like really, really trying to help you to get some rest. Somebody has tattoos. Somebody is basically saying somebody's saying nobody. Okay. Somebody is saying that somebody has no fire or like no fire, or I don't know if that's significant to somebody. But yeah. So yeah, here's a hermit card. I feel like no power. Okay, that's what somebody's saying. Somebody's saying they don't have any power. Somebody doesn't have any power. It's like basically saying this is what you have in common with somebody. Somebody is determined to bring a darkness out of you because basically saying like you are powerless. So when we talk about looking down on somebody for whatever reason, it could be the physical, spiritual, physical or spiritual realm. You're gonna have to make a whatever connection, and that's what prayer is for. You're gonna have to make some kind of spiritual or physical realm or the spiritual realm, make some kind of a connection. And this is where we're going into hermit mode, so the light within can come on for you. So that's where source is going to download something, because there's kind of like like some kind of communication is distorted. Like basically somebody is saying somebody has no power. See how this fire lights up lights up this candle here? Like somebody's basically like they basically like you need somebody to light your candle. Like you need another person to like, inspire you. Like put a fire up under you, because without somebody else, you would not have any fire. You would not have any, as if your ancestors did not inspire you enough. Like what you carry on your back, like in terms of like the wisdom and the knowledge that was, and this is everybody. Everybody has greatness inside of them. Just like whoever has that certain belief system, their ancestors, whoever, and I don't know who they is. I'm just reading the cards. Their ancestors did the same for them, like the stories that they passed down, like the recipes that they passed down, whatever kind of communication that was passed down. So even if a person is meek, they are not, don't assume meekness is weakness. So somebody's basically saying somebody doesn't have any power whatsoever. Here's the Four of Cups here. Like somebody's back is against the wall. It's somebody saying that's what somebody's saying. You and somebody's back is against the wall. Like here's some water. Like you don't have any more options. It's like telling a person, you know what's coming to mind here? Like isms, like ageism, like sexism, like racism, like the isms is like sort of coming to mind. Whether it's reverse or not, you could be a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter. But if you're a man, let's say you work around a bunch of women who feel like, okay, it's their time. And so they're telling a man that, okay, well, you need to be our secretary. Like, what? Why? Why would you say that to a person? You have no other options. That's all that you. That's what you're good at. You're good at typing. Go grab the typewriter out the closet, dust it off, and go be our secretary. Like, I mean, how offensive is that? Or you take the notes, in the meeting. That's the best that you can do. You're just, and so that's something that somebody can relate to. Basically, people basically saying that you can only get to a certain level without somebody else kind of sort of enlightening you about certain things. You can only get to a certain level, and then that's where it ends. Like, okay, so here's a team coming together. And that's what you want to have somebody come. That's what you want somebody have in common. It's like a team coming together because there are people who are compassionate enough to say, well, "Wait a minute, what? Who in the world is thinking like that?" So something is coming right to your door. Like seriously, something is like a job is coming right to somebody's door. Like somebody is basically saying, "No, oh no, 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 no." Somebody's gonna be talking to you and somebody like basically coming right to your door and saying, "This is where I see somebody's money growing. Something is coming right to your door that's going to help you to make money." That's what source is saying. And somebody is really just determined to help you grow your money, and whatever the ism is, where somebody thinks that they're better than two energies think that they're better than you because of whatever. Source is like, yeah, don't assume everybody talking about you is talking negatively. Some people are saying they've been through the same thing, that y'all had the same debt in common. So something is coming right to you and somebody where you see your money growing. But like I said, a new partnership, a job/love is near. Yep. So something is over. So but somebody was basically saying like, and so somebody's power could have been affected. Like your power, your and somebody else's power could have been affected. I mean, like your lights went out, or you could have experienced a day or two, a couple of hours where your electricity went out. You could have had a power outage in your area, but that was indicative of like in the physical sense, basically like somebody feeling like they have the control to take your power away like that if they wanted to, right? But source, okay? But source. So, or like somebody coming, like two energies coming right to your door. It's like people wanted to just like instill fear, in you. And they were just determined to instill fear, but something in you was just like, you got too much on your back. Like you need to get out. Like it is, I'm telling you, it's like you got something, it's like a person who is so determined to share what you have with the world, to enlighten the world, because you have everybody's best interest at heart. That's everybody. That's like, okay, you ain't excluding nobody. It, y'all get the point. You get the point. So here we had along the lines of like truth, freedom, and inner compass. What truth within Scorpio has truth? I mean, has Scorpio been avoiding? Yeah, the truth that you may have been avoiding is that some people abuse their power. That's that, and that's it, and that's all. And you have been in power positions where you have not abused your power at all, and you have been very competitive. You're not inspired to abuse your power, and somebody has been in very powerful positions, but you're a person who is not trying to stomp out somebody else's fire. That's what I'm saying. Like, you are not, when you see you have something in common with somebody, whatever it is, when we're talking about air, okay, air right here. Somebody got air. Air is something. Air is significant with somebody. When you feel like you got something in common with somebody, maybe you talk to somebody, air is important. The word air is important. You got something in common with somebody, and y'all are like, y'all are fixed signs. Y'all are like the ride or die sign. Source is saying, hey, you're patient. Somebody is patient. And so what somebody is inspired by are go-getters. Like, so when people come into people's door and they come into people, like knocking on people's door, you know, showing that they got the power to, you know, turn somebody's fire off, or their light, or modern day would be fire. I don't know how many people, I mean, I got candles and stuff, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, electricity, like cut somebody's electricity off, or like have somebody put out of their home, or stop somebody from being on a team, or, you know, like stopping somebody's money or whatever. Something about you is having a total recall. It's like, okay, you got to get back to basics as far as you're concerned. That determination, that fire in you. Like, when people are determined to bring the worst out of you, you're tapping in. You're like, okay, you're going directly to source as a prayer warrior. That's the rebirth you. Acceptance. Radical acceptance, and then now opens the flow. That's what I have for you. Because that's what it feels like for somebody. It's like, it literally feels like somebody has fire shut up in their bones. For real. It really feels like somebody got fire shut up in their bones. So somebody is now really just like determined for real. Like, somebody is like, okay, total recall. Why am I here on earth again? Okay, it's a different time. It's a different day. The energies are determined to like turn your electricity off, or determined to say that they're smarter than you are, they know more than you know, whatever. You determine to open up a book and read something till you get it, take notes, all of this, create something, you know, grow your money, align yourself with energies that want to help you. In other words, you're going where you're appreciated and not where you tolerated. There it is. Okay, so you're creating some kind of art. Somebody is an artist. You and somebody is an artist, maybe in different ways, but you and somebody is an artist. Y'all are artists. Different forms of art. That's Venus. So write a gratitude list. Write a gratitude list. And you're tossing something into a burning bowl. Somebody is just fearless at this point. Somebody is really going into prayer mode and saying, okay, let me get back to something that like really kind of relaxes you. Something really relaxes you. And it could be drawing. You could be a person who, this could be a secret talent somebody don't even know that they have. A lot of people may not even know that you could draw or paint or something. But somebody is putting together their gratitude list. You're tossing something into a burning bowl. You're finally getting some rest. You and somebody finally getting some rest. You're very clear on who is behind what, the spirit of who is behind what. But that's what a lot of people have in common. Somebody is like, okay, somebody really thought that basically somebody, whoever was playing your God, like basically, and let's see what these pink cards got to say. We're gonna go ahead and close this out. But yeah, those are the questions. Thank you, Source. Those are the questions that we But on the rebirth side, it's a whole new beginning. You're ending a cycle. You're closing out this rebirth. You're letting go of something. Um, Somebody is putting out this flame of something that you used to be inspired by, like this fire or this anger or frustration, but whatever. That somebody used to be inspired by. And so here we have the healer and protector of travelers is with you, right? So there are signs all around you. Ask source for clarity. Much better lies ahead. I'm telling you, something is about to like really expand for somebody. Whoever this is, something about to really expand, because somebody's throat chakra is used to be blocked, which almost gave off. People didn't really know. Like, people felt like you were secretive, like you were hiding something, like they couldn't trust you in some kind of way. But that's getting ready. That's about to be wide open for real. Like this, because you're finally getting some rest. And this is going to happen in every area. So it happen in every area of somebody's life, your love life, friendships, let me just say personal and professional life. But it's so high vibrational. Something is very high vibrational for you because the light is turning on for you. So you're praying for whomever, praying for them. Your peace is paramount. Solar plexus chakra cleanse. Yeah, somebody has your healed people just move differently. Um, somebody has been inspiring people in ways. I'm trying to think like, well, I kind of know why Scorpios are misunderstood, but I'm thinking, we're looking at your cards here. Like until people like learn how to flush their like flush their, y'all know when I say when I'm flushing the water out, like do the spiritual cleansing and stuff like that. Let's say you was friends with somebody who may have hurt, like let's say somebody was really good friends with a Scorpio that they, it was a low vibrating Scorpio that really, really stung them, like really hurt them bad. And they come across you, you could be a high vibrating Scorpio, right? One or two things, like either you believe the negative that people said about you, right? Or they believe that all Scorpios are the same way instead of looking at the duality of it. Like, okay, this could be a Scorpio that could have that in them, but they may not, they may choose not to be that type of a Scorpio. They could be at a different phase of their life. They could be around totally different people, whatever. Things are starting to flow to you like water. New love awaits. See, somebody has new love coming across their path. Somebody, well, obviously, if you're with your person, you're not looking at a new love, I hope. But that's none of my business. I'm just looking at your cards here, but you have new love awaits for somebody. Um, but pour into yourselves more. Let go and let God. Prepare for an increase in pay. Put yourselves first. You're putting yourself first. Keep moving forward. Yeah, but it's something that you're doing is something that you're doing, Scorpio, is epic because you're actually prioritizing yourself. Like you're somebody, just a whole new somebody. You're aiming higher. You're really aiming higher. The um, mm-hmm. Yeah, you're definitely aiming higher. You're making things about you, and you're going where you're appreciated, and not where you're tolerated. So yeah, but you're ending something with whoever this man and this woman is. And for them, they may be shocked. They may be asking you why, but for you, mm-mm. Here we have faith, companionship, and expansiveness. So faith, miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. Companionship, giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. Some people know that. That's why they'll pull out. They're like, okay, you know what? It's an astonishing gift to give. It's like asking somebody to pray for somebody. That's not something to be taken lightly. When somebody asks you to pray for them, right? Something about your spirit would be, if you're high vibrational, something about your spirit says to somebody else's spirit, you can trust that energy to pray for you. So that energy won't prey on you, right? So eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. So but if you're attached to energies who are contaminating your water, something could be misread. Something could be misread. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing for you in your cards. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody. But again, talking to you wherever Scorpio is in your birth chart. Scorpio rules 8th house. And 8th house is all about renewal, sexuality, death, transformation, shared finances, inheritance, loans, the occult, mystery, also intimacy. And that's what I have for you. So see you in the next video. Bye.